Okay, we're recording, which is awesome. It'll be 400,000 gigabytes. Anyway, let's get this thing done. Well, are you set up yet? I'm sorry, I'm completely...
Oh, no. I think
all right.
at some point in time there will be... Oh, is it... Question, unrelated, well, semi-related. Was there going to be a written component to this? I started writing out paragraphs.
And I'm just going to clap for the sake of a waveform.
It's the Toronto Till I Die 2024 MLS Kit Round-Up.
Welcome to the Toronto Till I Die / vocal minority / kitten nerd podcast / flunky / janitor / whatever you've whatever you want to call this, we'll call it. But for those of you that we do this, we like doing it. It takes us a while to talk about kits. I mean, I don't really know how best to explain it beyond that. Some housekeeping. I promised special guests in a tweet or an X or a post or whatever you're calling them now. And if you're watching the visual component, which you probably should because there's going to be a lot of pictures later. There's no special guests. And I mean, there were never going to be any special guests.
I appreciate the fact that I'm not special enough to be the special guest. The other guys were. I'm just a guest, which is okay. No. I've been here before and I know what's up.
Yeah, you've been there. You've been here before. You've got the plastic ashtray. Like we're not special anymore. We've done this a bunch of years. Yeah, all the novelty is worn off with us. I mean, yeah. So, moment if you got them, pour yourself a bevy, twist one up. You got anything else to say before we get started? You got any like universal ideas on this year's crop of kits?
I think the overall theme is there's a couple themes running. One, trying to harken back to clubs' histories, no matter how legitimate or illegitimate they may be. It was kind of surprising to see not one but two but three make an attempt to try and call back, which is nice because I genuinely feel like that history of, we all like to think that our little MLS club is like 100 years old and storied and all that, and it's not. They're not. None of them are. But if we can go and reach back into when there actually was some footballing glory and just capture it on a shirt for 2 years, I'm super okay with that. And I kind of hope now for other clubs to adopt this thinking going forward. It doesn't have to be a concerted effort, but there's some bangers back there. I'm looking at you, Colorado. You know what to do. You know what to do with the Caribou. I have
so much to unpack there. I mean, obviously, Suede Tassels wins in any conversation. But
God,
one, I was expecting Vancouver's, sordid 50-year to you and I, surprise to you and I, soccer histoire was going to catch some strays over there. And I thought maybe you'd go after the sounding enthusiast to borrow a quote from your day pod, but you didn't. No. And you actually like it, which means next year when we get a kit that celebrates St. Louis, St. Louis is a bad example because of all the American cities, they can probably pilfer the most history, but like, let's go Las Vegas Lights, they're 800 or something years of invented history. And it's going to be your fault, Mark. It will be your fault. And when we do this again, I'm going to blame it on you.
Look, my kingdom for a Las Vegas Quicksilver's kit. Let's just throw that out there right now. Shout out if you even knew what the hell it was about. Okay.
I don't. I took them as an example, and apparently I can't. There's everything that comes to mind. There's some USL or NASL squad or some ties to an Icelandic third division team, and they're all going to just absorb it. You didn't want to do it. I am. If Vancouver gets the 86ers, we get the Blizzard and its soccer bowl cup from the 70s and all the stuff it won in the 70s. So suddenly TFC has a rich and storied history from before 2007. See how easy that was, sports fans? See how
real
easy? It's real easy.
They even
Real
won
easy.
something once, guys. They won something.
I don't have it with me, but we won championships. We won that soccer bowl. We won some stuff. We won some shit. We won some shit. And also
went to a final. It was great.
Feel free to swear. I don't do it on my regular pod. I know you do, but let those F-bombs fly. Because
I'm going to try and be a gentleman, but give me 10 minutes and some of these kits, and that's all over. It's all over.
Was that it? Was that all of your unilateral umbrella kind of encapsulation?
I think the other thing it might have been. I feel like last year was pretty good. Like overall, there's a lot of
redacted.
Yeah. No, Toronto FC stuff notwithstanding, there was a lot of really great kits that came out last season. So it's one of those things where you can't always have this is the best ever. This is the best ever. You peak and then you got to come down. And it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't far from terrible. There's some good ones in there, but I'm impressed with how good some of them turned out. I think that's probably the best way to put it. But we'll get into this.
Oh yeah. Can I be honest? I don't remember so much of the kits last year because I was not paying attention through the rage tiers, right? Like I was only looking at balls going into the back of TFC's net. I'm sure they were nice. I was a big fan of the Portland plaid. The green. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they don't miss. Like
I don't know how well it was received, but I absolutely adore the
TFC kit.
Seattle Dragon.
Oh, the Bruce Lee kit. Yeah, fantastic. No idea why, but fantastic. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's buried there, and I know that because it was there. I've seen it. But otherwise, it's loose.
So Paris Saint-Germain gets a Jim Morrison kit. I think
Dare to Dream. Huh? You want it. Now that you've said it.
No, I want the Louis Vuitton one. I want the Louis Vuitton one, like it's going out of style.
The Jordan Louis Vuitton mashup of the Doors kit. Yes.
PSG kit. Yeah.
Morrison would love that. He would resurrect for it. Right from the other side.
All right. So more housekeeping that you brought up. Obviously, we didn't do this last year. Do I need to tell you why? It's because the illustrious Mark Hinkley was responsible for the design of a kit that everybody loves, that is everyone's favorite TFC kit ever. We're not going to speak about it. I defended it enough. I think it's beautiful. And who better to talk about kits than someone that's had a hand in designing an MLS kit? So there you go. Here's my universal kind of dissertation on the kits. It's been about a decade, maybe a little longer than a decade since we've started raging about the difference. And this is almost exclusively at MLS between the authentic and the replica kits. This year, it's an abomination. I mean, they keep going up in price. Authentic, it's not like the replicas stay the same cost as the authentics raise in price. The authentics go along with them, the replicas go along with them. And we were rage 2019. Remember when we had one button on our red home kit and the replica didn't even have one. Like, at this point, just size up. I mean, I realize it takes like 8 mortgages to buy one these days, but if you can last like the rest of us, just go the whole season with last year's kit, the beautiful Mark Hinkley one, and then go to the 40% off sale, because don't buy a replica. Just don't buy a replica. And this doesn't apply to like Prem teams. I buy replica Arsenal kits all the time. They're fine, but MLS, forget about it. It's a non-issue at this point.
The differences between replicas and official ones, usually, at least for big teams overseas, it's very minor. It has a lot to do with the fabrics involved and the fit. And the authentics are a lot more tailored, but
because they're built for soccer players,
but the replicas are, for the most part, pretty faithful. Every once in a while, you get something like, oh, that's kind of a little obvious, but for the most,
but not to the level,
they're very much like for like. But these MLS ones are insultingly bad,
It's
and the chasm is getting bigger.
Yeah, like the golf is getting gigantic. What else? Before I forget, because I keep wanting to move on to the other thing, there's a uniformity to the tailoring that's almost, 2020 when they did the shoulder stripes, all the shoulder single shoulder vertical stripes unilaterally across away kits, home kits, the entire crop of MLS kits had them, except for maybe Nashville's because they were new in the team, or they were new in the league. That at least had a gimmick. The uniformity and tailoring across the board is just lazy. I notice it more and more with every year. It's no surprise that Adidas doesn't give us their best design teams, but it feels like they've made half of them redundant this year. And, everybody's just sort of starting with the same basic tailoring, and their options list in terms of like what they can plug and play is vastly reduced. And so by that metric, I actually think that there's a lot of really great kits this year. There's a lot of terrific, fantastic kits based on that. And the other thing, before I forget, is the quality control seems to be very off. There's tweets going around all over the place of people that are refusing to buy the new kits because the damn labels are peeling off in the club shops. So sort your heat press out, club shops, please. Yeah, absolutely.
To your point of the different templates, I would agree. I feel like, look, I don't know how many graphic designers are out there who are watching this, but usually you flourish with constraints. If you're told that you can only have one of these three things, you squeeze the best you can out of that. You get all the juice out of it, and you turn it into something. And to be perfectly fair, you can see in some of the kits that it's a template, like what the cuts go, and the seams are blatantly obvious, but they did a really good job of squeezing everything out of it that they could. And they might not be a banger, but it's definitely as good as it's going to get. But there's also there's a fair number of examples like, oh, that's it. And again, we will get into these, but it's my biggest issue is that if you're going to charge somebody, I don't know what it translates to, but I
messy
know
money.
But if it's like
stupid,
we'll see $200. I don't know if it's $200. Let's say it's $200.
Oh, it's more. It's say $264 all in, customized on the back.
Okay. Say, all right. So if you're going to charge me $270 for a shirt, it better look like a $270 shirt. And I know we're talking about mass-produced shirts. They've made 50,000, 100,000, 20,000. Doesn't matter. They made more than one. Is my point. If you're going to charge somebody $270 for something that will effectively become fashionably obsolete in 2 years because of the cycle and the contract, it better be premium. Everything about it better be premium. The design better be premium. The colors better be premium. The heat press better be premium. All of it has to be top notch, and it's not.
100%. 100%. One, when I told you the price, I actually saw your soul leave your body, which was really interesting to watch.
It hurt.
And
it hurt.
And two, you're 100% right. It's an insult to our purchasing power and our intelligence at this point, and yet here we go.
Like,
let's get deep into the weeds on these kits, motherfucker.
When it comes down to it, this is kind of like a weird armchair art critique exercise, and I love kits. Like, this is I'm stupid enough to put it as my Twitter handle. I'm stupid enough to love it, and at the end of the day, just because I love something doesn't mean I have $270 to spend on it.
Yep.
And just because it's on sale, it doesn't mean I have to buy it then either. Like, you can still control, like, for anybody who's like, oh, maybe I should get it. Keep in mind that it doesn't actually matter. It really doesn't matter.
You don't have to have
Get any shirt. Get last year's shirt at half price. You'll be happier with it because you'll have $100 to spend on something else.
Yeah. And if you get Mark's shirt, he'll sign it for you.
You know what? That feels odd given how little I actually had to do, but I appreciate it all the same. But no, you know what I mean, though. Just like, and that goes. It doesn't even have to be a Toronto FC kit. It could be literally any kit. It could be any club I mean, I don't pay full price for kits a lot of the times, mostly because after you pay for shipping and currency conversion and get hit at the border, this $100 shirt is now $180. It's like, that's way over the budget that I had planned. So like, I tend to wait till things come down. And in a lot of cases, like these shirts, because they're disposable and there's 2-year cycle, like unless it was like wrong shoulder, unless it's like the Carnival kit, which seemingly they only made 12 of them and 10 of them were gone in the first minute. Like,
and unless it's Insigne, you can't get numbers on the back, and I'm so mad. It's unbelievable.
Oh, really?
Right.
That's
yeah.
But like,
I want Quajo on the back so badly, it's not even funny. Yeah.
See, that's I see where you're going with that. But like in the case of like striking while the iron's hot, I'm weak. Like that proves that I'm weak. Okay. And I love it and I have no regrets.
Yeah.
But like something that's got a 2-year cycle, you got time. You got plenty of time.
Dude, I found when I find the Harlequin kit at a Value Village for $5, I'm gonna buy it. I didn't buy it for $40. I'm gonna buy it for $5. I want to, because the only kits I seem to be buying at thrift stores right now are like teams that I never imagined buying just because they're there, or like a gift for my friends. And I'd like to get that spread a little bit better. I want to be the guy that's like, no, I'm going to the thrift store looking for the specific TFC gear because I happen to live in Toronto. But easier said than done, Marcus. Easier said than done. Anyway, we are veering into the cutoff before we get into Group 1. So let me just adjust our environment, and there we go. We're going to open it with the Atlanta, and I've actually got its name. It's the Resurgence. In, I don't even know if that's English, but it's the Resurgence kit, and it is their secondary away stripe. I'll let you open.
So I was, not that I'm studying up on this stuff, but that's apparently the motto that sits on the civic crest of Atlanta, because apparently Atlanta has been incorporated twice.
Okay.
I forget what the first, whenever, like 18 something, or maybe how long ago, it burnt to the ground. The whole town burnt to the ground, and they had to rebuild it. So that weird pattern that's on the front's a phoenix.
I
know. I took, once I read it, and like, is it? Yeah, that by the badge is a beak.
I know it's a bird, but I figured falcon, hawk. They've got sports teams named after birds. Somebody said it's
maybe Atlanta just wants to corner the market on birds in sports, and that's fair.
I mean, that's a shitty phoenix, man. Now that I see it, like, shouldn't a phoenix be like a velociraptor with like fangs and nasty? This is like a pretty soft phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. Like, I'm not mad at it. I think it's one of those, the longer I look at it, the cringier it gets. But
agreed.
I do like it in the fact that if I didn't know it, it's just a bunch of random. I actually was hoping it was like a palm tree. I thought it was like I was seeing leaves and sprouting at the top. Either way, aside from the pattern, I think the thing that impresses me the most about this kit, and it, not that I love it, but none of these colors appear anywhere near their badge.
Anywhere. It's a complete adjunct. It's their carnival kit.
Absolutely bonkers. Yeah, exactly. It's a carnival kit. I want to see a little bit of adventure. There's nothing wrong with having a blue away kit because it's an away kit. And I know this league, you'll see the away kit at home because marketing. But for the most part, I want it to be different. I want it to like have some fun, take some chances. And this is kind of fun and it takes some chances. I do like I like how there's just enough yellow in it to kind of take away the dullness of that sky blue. And it pops just really, really subtly, really nicely. It's a solid little kit.
Letter grade. Let's go.
Ooh, letter grade. You're gonna put that.
I haven't done mine either. I'm doing them on the fly as well.
Well, because I'm a nerd, I also did that too. I got it as a B. Solid B.
B for blue. You know what? I'm going to agree with you, but I'm going to add a minus simply because what is going on with that like front bib at the bottom hem of the front of the shirt? Like, is that a photographic error, or does it have like a little, like, what is going on with that thing? I don't. It almost necessitates a full tuck because I don't get it. Like that's got to be an error.
It's got to be a render error or something. Either that or the back of the shirt hangs lower than the front.
Well, I mean, I think that's par for the course with these authentic kits. They do have that like tapered kind of rounded out bottom over the last couple of years, but I just don't understand what's going on there. And I take away Mark's because I had already missed on 2 different species of avian fauna, and I never would have guessed Phoenix. So you stumped me, Atlanta, but you lose a percentage point. I'm glad you said pop. The yellow popped. And I think that the yellow really makes the kit. I wish the graphic did, but the yellow makes the kit. Moving on to Yeti, the Austin FC kit. Can I just say, I love that shirt sponsor. I'm a sucker for big, blocky, sans serif, like in your face, go fuck yourself. Yeti, right? And I'm pleased that unlike BMO, where I mean, I don't know if Yeti or BMO would ever stoop to put it on the actual first or second kits. But remember all the training tops we got and the pride tops and the camo tops where BMO was like, no, our logo's disappearing. So they put it in like this black box that just completely destroyed the weight of the kit and like just made it look like you were wearing like a redacted court document. And it was so heavy here. And like, it was just like, but at the expense of logic, you have to see our stupid logo. And so I'm pleased that Yeti, for having something that's just simple, like just text hanging there and like a sort of off-white like void, that they didn't want to add a box or anything, because by leaving it free like that, it, I think, really, really, really helps here. I'll give it, God damn, I'm a sucker for British Racing Green. I love the monochrome badge. I love how simple it is. I think it's going to look stupid in real life. We don't have to worry about the Cash Tour rip sweat nonsense because these are all Adidas. So I'm going to give it an A. I'm going to give it an A. I like it. Like, it looked nice with a pair of jeans. You know what I mean? It will look nice with a hoodie underneath. Like, it's nice. I'm going to give it an A. Fuck it.
Okay. All right. You are absolutely welcome to give it.
I'm going to give it an F.
No, I got nothing in an F, but I got a couple D's, and this is one of them. So first off, lazy. The color's nice, but it's literally get the paint bucket, choose your color, fill, done.
But isn't this their team colors, or is this an adjunct?
This is way. It's not the same shade as their primary green and black stripes.
Okay.
So like basically the points I gave it was because it was a different green, and that's nice. So if you were to go into MLS store, because I would, it is listed as men's Austin FC Adidas Tan 2024, the Armadillo kit. Tan. What, just hypothetically, Jeff, as a man of somebody who looks like who gets outside a lot and sees nature in its beauty and splendor.
You are so wrong.
What tan would you find this?
I think they mean that it's not white, that it's like a slightly greenish hue of white.
Then call it something that actually is close to that. Call it toothpaste.
I mean,
green or something. I don't care.
Oh, here's the graphic designer coming out with the shorthand. I mean, obviously they can't call it the sort of whitish, greenish white. Tan is a better shorthand for that, but
it's not
toothpaste green. I'm writing that shit down.
You're welcome.
That is majestic.
But my point is that, okay, if this was a tan kit with that green, I'd probably love it. Legit. It's the color combination would be wacky. And I like seeing different. We see a lot of just red, just blue, just white, just like very simple, basic entry-level crayon colors that are associated with kits. And there's a lot of reasons as to why that is. But in this case, like, we have the technology to literally choose one of the 16 million colors that actually exist. To say that this is tan hurts.
Yeah.
Aside from this being lazy, and that this is not tan, and that this is, again, a $270 shirt somewhere. really hurts my soul. And that this is like the armadillo kit. Again, I don't like, you can go to the sites, each individual site, and get some slightly better zoomed in images of what these things are. I mean, I literally saw an armadillo 2 weeks ago. African lion safari. Why was I there? Long story.
But, humble brag. Anyway.
Yeah. Name. Oh, look, these names are being dropped all over the floor. You're so jealous. But like, I've seen an armadillo this month, and
not the same
armadillo on this.
Give me your letter grade, because I want to. I'm almost going to applaud you for a letter grade out of pedantic spite. Like, D has nothing to do. A D, fantastic. A D for you're a dick, because there's nothing about this kit that deserves the D beyond the write-up pissed you off, which I love. I absolutely love.
To be fair, right? We are subjected as consumers, as supporters, to a lot of bullshit when it comes to these kits. Where it's sometimes, and feels like this is one of them, where they spent more time writing about what this kit represents than actually what the kit actually is.
100% fair.
And, it doesn't need to be hard, but they make it hard. Yep. They don't need to cheap out, but they cheap out. Whether that's Adidas, whether that's Austin, whether it's the people making the decisions, a bunch of people sat around a room and go, yep, this is the one. Yep. And forgot that they're going to gouge their supporters for it.
I blame Josh Wolf. Isn't Sebastian Drusi still on there? So I put it all on him. This is entirely his fault. Isn't Jassy Zardes on Austin now? Inexplicably, this is yet another thing we're going to blame on Jassy Zardes, which I'm fine with.
I'm just still waiting for our turn. It's fine.
Yeah.
Of all the journeymen,
it pains me to do this because I am a huge fan of this kit, but here we go. The enemy. Tic Tac. Yep. This kit's terrific. I'm sorry. It's terrific. It's terrific. There we go.
I understand it's terrific, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
I do like it. I genuinely do like it. I've got it as a B+. While I'm not a huge fan of pastel colors, like your wispy pajama tones and your what you might paint the wall of your bathroom, why are we dulling our senses? This one works really, really well. Like, it's, instead of it just being whatever off the shelf light blue that some kits tend to have, this looks like it's actually their blue, and then they just
bespoke.
Move that slider down to 10% so that
it feels expensive. It looks expensive.
It looked like the color, the light blue complements the dark blue so nicely, and the black trim just it's enough. It's just enough to give it some depth, because sometimes when you have too much of one shade, like on that Atlanta one, if you got too much of one shade, it kind of dulls the senses. You just need a little bit, like you want the sun to break through the clouds just a little bit to remind you it's a day. This is kind of like that. You just need a little bit of something else to make it jump out and go, oh, okay, yeah, that's really nice. And unfortunately, a lot of the heavy lifting is done by the sponsors and the name and number on the back. But I'm okay with that, because you kind of like, if you take it, say, as a blur, there's still black on the kit, regardless of where it's situated and what it reads. What do you got?
I opened with tremendous, and I'm still giving it a C, and here's why. Check out that sash and the shoulder pad. Remember talking about difficulties with dealing with unilateral templates and maybe only having access to certain things? You can have the stripe, CF Montreal, but we're not going to make an extra shoulder panel for you with the blue stripes. You are going to have to suffer with the standard shoulder panel. Hope nobody notices. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. That stripe doesn't need to go all the way to the back, but it certainly needs to carry over into the shoulder panels or end at the badge. Somebody fucked up. And then the Montreal Impact badge, or this Club de Foot Montreal badge, is probably centered, but the fact that the BMO logo is so unbelievably off-centered just makes me want to die. And those are two things that, you know, here I am saying it looks expensive. Well, you better be in and out of that party in 15 minutes flat and don't stop for snacks, because you don't want people to notice your shoulder pads. Like, honestly, wear like a sport jacket or something so people just see the good parts. This is a $270 shirt.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I don't want to make any excuses for it. Not for $270. I want to wear it with pride. And if I have to consistently go like this, you know, in company, then it's not worth $260 or $70. And I sure as hell wish I had better things to say about it, but it's a C. I think it's a tremendous kit. I cannot get past the bupkis, the nonsense around it.
I will add, and if Rich could have made it, he would have brought this up, because he's the one that brought it up to me. Adidas is completely capable of having a thing run into those shoulder stripes. Absolutely. I'm not sure.
It's just money.
I'm not sure if it was last season or the season before. River Plate in Argentina. They're a white shirt with a red sash. Well, one year the sash went underneath the shoulder stripes, which we had never seen before, and it looked amazing. And all that had to do was collide into the stripe. The first one didn't have to go all the way through. It just has to get the first one, and it didn't. And I'm with you on the centering thing. The centering thing,
it makes me insane. It makes me insane.
It's almost unfortunate that BMO's the sponsor, because if it wasn't, it wouldn't have highlighted it nearly as much, especially with the circle being on that side, and it can't be aligned with the stripe, and it can't be aligned with the badge. I'd be curious to see what these shirts do look like, though, going from size to size. Because, like, I could see like a medium, the badge is centered perfectly over it.
Oh my God! What a conundrum!
Kind of floating towards the armpit, you know, something.
Oh
weird.
No, we need to revisit that, because I think you may be right, and it might just be a complete horror show based on sizings across the range. I you have to give CFM their flowers, but you also have to take some away, because there is some absolute horseshit going on in that kit that's completely inexcusable. Moving on to Charlotte. I can't hate it. And here's why. The back is tremendous. From the back, it's tremendous. But from the back, it's every Charlotte shirt, going way back to the original Charlotte shirt that was the Arsenal 2019 only in blue. They've had the same back going since their inception in the league. What kind of clip art nightmare is going on in the front? Like, what kind of green screen background for like TikToks are we seeing here?
Yeah, I feel like this was so close to being fantastic art, like just so close. So if you were to go and look at, I guess there's a hype video on Twitter for this kit, as every club has one.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's a hype video.
And I know, right? Can you believe it? That never happened.
Wait, is there an infographic too? Because blown.
I know, right? So the still of the hype video, you've seen like those shots. It almost looks like it's either like at dusk or dawn, just before, just after, where like you can see different gradients of like different shades of the same color depending on how far back it goes. So like the mountains are dark blue, but the ones up front are light, or vice versa. And that's what they were going with here. The unfortunate part is that thumbnail did it way better than this shirt. This is supposed to represent the mountains down to the water of the Carolinas, except these are just random squiggle lines that separate different shades. And like would it have killed you to just embellish the mountains near the back and make it a little more wavy down the bottom? You were so close. You had such an incredible idea with the laziest execution possible.
Yeah, this is the wish.com version of that thumbnail. It's
exactly. Yeah. You guys were 2 hours with a graphic designer away from a absolute banger.
Yeah.
And you just said, nah, that's good enough. And then there's a weird circular wavy, it looks like a thumbprint. And I thought it was just, you can kind of see it just below the A down to the right. You can start seeing. Like,
I do now.
That's not unique to this photo. All of the photo, like that's a part of the shirt. And I also don't understand why there's a blown up thumbprint. like, I don't know who it belongs to. I don't know if this is evidence for the future. I don't know. But it's like, you guys had some ideas and did them half-assed. Yeah. Otherwise, the balance of it's fantastic. I like the black collar. I like the black stripes. I like how it starts white and goes blue to the bottom. I love the blue back. Yep. I love their colors. I love that Carolina blue.
Their badge is stupid. Sleeve. Their badge is so nice. It really is. I love a good rondelle. Like
they were just so close to. I've got the. This is a B. This is a B for me. I again, for all the reasons I outlined, it was so close.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably saying it looks like Pretty Litter to me. You know, Pretty Litter, it like I have 2 cats presently. So Pretty Litter, like when they pee on it, it's got like an acid test, like a test strip in it. So the pee turns certain colors and it tells you if your cat's sick or not. Right. Okay. And like, it's the first thing I saw, like, you know, the cat at the bottom needs to go to the vet immediately. Like just do not pass go, do not collect $200. I'm going to give it a C for Charlotte. The more I look at that shirt sponsor, the more I want to burn out my own eyes. So let's move to Chicago Fire. Honestly, bog standard. You know, like, what are you gonna do? Like, because I don't want them to change any of their logos or colors anymore. So I just have to give it a good grade so that they stop reinventing themselves and moving stadiums. Like, it's all right. This is fine. Please stop rebranding. Please, for the love of God. It's like today I was having a Twitter conversation with somebody, and then in between me going to the washroom, I guess they changed their handle. I'm like, who the fuck am I talking to? Like, stop rebranding. I don't know who you are. Something season? Aren't you Adam? Like, what the fuck just happened? So, like, this is fine. It's a nice shade of red. It's beautiful fire engine red. Sometimes, you know, far be it for me to talk about red and how important the color red is. I mean, I'm just coming out of the ether here, but like, it's a nice shirt. It's a nice shirt. I absolutely hate the solid stripe. I hate it on most kits. I feel here, you know, why is this a design thing, or did Carvana, like, you know, throw their weight around? No one knows. Only the shadow knows for sure. Their new badge is great. Looks like the Chicago Cubs, you know, like a softer Chicago Cubs kind of rondelle. I like the color. Fuck it. C. Give it a C for Chicago Fire. Actually, a C-. And they're probably going to rebrand again simply because I gave them a C-.
Okay, so I'm giving it a B+, and hear me out.
Wow.
You've outlined why. And I feel like after the assault on the senses with the previous stupid badge and stupid colors and stupid everything that they did, I feel like this is like, because you limped over the finish line and you completed what you set out to do. You've reset it back to what it was originally supposed to be, a red shirt with the white band across the chest. It's like I'm giving you extra marks for doing what you said you were going to do. You could have had something creative. You could have done something wacky and different. You didn't. You stayed the fuck in your lane like you're supposed to do and make everybody happy, and you delivered it. So I like there's probably like a half letter, if not a whole letter bonus, because they did that. Yeah, it's a very ordinary kit. I completely admit it's ordinary.
So ordinary.
The interesting part about it is the sky blue inside stripes that kind of bookend the wide band. Sure, why not? It's Chicago. Sure, I get it.
Yeah,
I get what you guys are supposed to be and what you're doing. But like, the grade is a reward for getting back to normal.
Yeah. But I think that's an important thing to say. Yeah. Moving on, because I mean, how much time are we going to spend on a red t-shirt? Here comes the sailboat. I see a sailboat. The Colorado. What's it called? It is the one. It's a scooter. No, it's a sailboat. It's the one flag / Salvador Dali force perspective, make yourself sick science experiment kit. One flag. I see I see a lot of things. I see a sailboat, but I don't see a flag. Am I supposed to stare harder? I mean, like, I
I
don't
don't like.
understand.
Not that people should know what the flag of Colorado looks like, but you've seen it. It's pretty iconic. But
Is it this?
No, not even close.
Okay. The zero flag kit. Can I write them a strongly worded letter and just call it the no flag?
100%. The marketing people, like, it's getting to the point where some of these ideas are like, okay, this is ChatGPT, isn't it? It is. It's gotta be.
Yeah. This is today's version of ChatGPT where it just went exclamation mark for like 100 paragraphs. Yeah.
Give me a prompt that would insult people's intelligence. So yeah, I kind of like it because partially because Colorado kits tend to be kind of, their home kits kind of be meh. They're kind of meh.
And this is the primary kit. Yeah, so it is a home kit.
And I also, I mean, I've said this many times, there's not enough checkers in football. I want to see more checkers. I wish they weren't warped. If these were just flat checkers,
this is like an Escher staircase. This is not. Yeah.
I would if they were flat checkers, I'd probably be like, you know what? I don't need to go on vacation or pay all of my rent. I will consider getting this. But it didn't, and it's not, so I'm okay. It's different because, again, the Colorado, I just expect boring. Their away kits tend to be way more interesting than their home ones, which is a crime because, like, sky blue and claret are perfect combination.
Oh, so good.
Stripes. But anyway,
so good. Such a good colorway. It's stupid.
They've managed to somehow waste having such a good color combination.
That's what pisses me off about this team. Yeah.
So whatever. But this is a pretty good kit. I gave it an A-.
Wow.
I have it, not quite my top 5. But it's if you've been holding out, if you're one of those people like, I'm only gonna get it if they're nice and not $270. I think this is it. I think this is your way in for this season. I think it's pretty good.
This is a Macron kit. Honestly, I do. It's got a wacky collar that isn't a collar. It's got whatever the fuck that pattern is. It looks tighter than the rest of the shirts. Like, this is a Macron kit. This is a spy for Macron impugning on Adidas kit launch. This is a Macron kit. So yeah, I'm gonna give it I don't know, man. I want to give it a C, but I'm gonna give it a D because I can't look at it anymore and I want it to go away. I can't look at it anymore. I do. Listen, I can't look at it anymore, but I will say they may gain some points simply by hypnotizing the other team when they're playing in it. You know, the other team's gonna be like, I can't see the ball anymore, and then they're gonna score a whole bunch of goals. So good for Colorado for shit housing and the dark arts. Honestly, home run. It's the great Columbus kit, Charlie Brown. Like, it's a home run. It's, you know, Charles Schultz's, as long as Charles Schultz's estate doesn't sue them, I think they've gotten away with it. They've gotten away with one here. Nationwide, I mean, if I'm Nationwide, I am so happy with this kit. Like, not only is my name on it, but it's like Nationwide with explosive Charlie Brown action. Like, you know, we just saw the Chicago Fire kit where it was a solid band. This is appeasing your sponsor, but also making a shit hot kit in what is otherwise a glowing, seen from space, yellow fire hydrant monstrosity. So I give it I didn't even put Colorado in there, so that's me.
Getting into the craft, Jeff. Come on.
Yeah. I give Columbus, I'm gonna give it an A, just because I'm such a sucker for Charlie Brown, and I think it's hilarious. Like, this is a meme kit, and I love it.
That's fair. All right, so I've got it as a B-.
Okay.
So I know the Charlie Brown thing aside, I get it. I see it. Duh. You know, who hasn't, who doesn't. Okay, I get that. But I feel like that pattern is a lot more deliberate. Not that it makes it better, but that pattern on the back of the neck, there's an icon that goes right along the back of the, just below the collar, and it's like it's a stylized shield of the state of Ohio, and then like 2 lightning bolts that kind of fly out.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a separation between those 2 lightning bolt wings things and the shape of the state. This is that, but that gap is filled in, and then there's a weird shape. So that's where that shape is intentional, not just designed for design's sake. I mean, you can make your arguments for the thing on the back, whether that's designed for design's sake, but that's, I believe, where it comes from. Nothing's really pointed out, but if you look close, it's pretty obvious. I weirdly don't like I would love to get this shirt if it had no sponsor. I think that jagged bit in the middle doesn't need any distortion in there by like taking away from the fact that this is kind of a, you know, what if Charlie Brown 2472 like in the future, like some I love it. Cyberpunk version of Charlie Brown.
It's when Charlie Brown gets the matrix of leadership and becomes hot brown. In the movie. Yeah.
Rodimus Brown.
Rodimus Brown, yeah. Oh, that's right. It was Hot Rod before the leadership. Oh my god, I threw that out there. Anyway,
let me know when you do the Transformers podcast. I'll be here for that.
I'm here for that. Let me just pause. Well, I'm not pausing. I'm Messy Ball S5000 on my other monitor because we got to multitask here.
Fair.
Moving on to this thing. Black and red is wonderful. 4 fuck off stars over that absolutely magnificent badge is terrific. Guidehouse, I don't even want to guess. I don't even want to guess what it is, but I'm afraid. I don't even want to guess. I'm afraid. The lining on the back, on the rear shoulders is really, really, really nice. The it's Donkey Kong. That shirt is Donkey Kong. I want to play Donkey Kong. Or Snakes and Ladders. It's your choice. Or play with my Slinky, or pull out some blood clots, or go under the microscope and look at viruses. Anyway you slice it, I hate the pattern. But it's still a nice shirt, Mark. It's still a nice shirt. I'm gonna give it a B+.
See, this is an A. This is an A for me. I feel like DC United, even when they have, like, when they were stuck with that the three stripes of the shoulder thing that everybody got, theirs was really good, and there was not many that were really good. Like, I think to me, like off the top of my head, it was them and Cincinnati
and us. We had a great one. I loved ours.
I didn't care for the gray. I didn't care for that gray one, which is weird because you know me, right?
Yeah.
But it's more about the dark gray. Anyway, we're aside from jokes and callbacks. That one, like, even when everybody else's was just kind of like clunky and awkward, theirs was still really, really nice. And DC United, like, I know it's just a black shirt with a little bit of red, but they always are really nice. And I don't even like. I hadn't gotten to the point of doing the research as what this pattern is about. It had something about a bridge. I don't care. There's a thing on the back about a bridge. I don't care. I don't. Marketing people, I don't care. I still don't care. You can tell me whatever you want. Don't care, because that's not a bridge. That's a bunch of wavy dotty lines that just kind of like start to superimpose upon each other. Don't care. You know why? Because I kind of dig the pattern. I don't need a description for the pattern. Pattern for pattern's sake can work as long as it looks decent and looks nice and just kind of draws the eye in a bit. This is exactly what it does. And because of that, like, the sponsors are clean. Everything's clean. There's no noise. There's no real noise. There's no real distraction. Clean. It's just super balanced. Just enough red to not make it a completely black shirt.
And just enough of red. Yeah. I love it. I love it. The Guidehouse. The Guidehouse. I don't even know.
I can only imagine what their IPO was worth. It's billion, probably 2 billion, because that's why we've never heard of it. It's just some startup. I don't care. I didn't get in on it.
Moving on to FC Cincy. Yikes.
Yeah.
This is a yikes.
Yeah. And this is the apparently this is the canvas kit.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're supposed to also buy crayons and root it immediately. Yeah, I forgot about that.
To and again, audience, this is a theme where we gripe about how much shirts cost, but their marketing campaign for this was literally buy it and then vandalize it yourself. And I'm like, I don't wreck things that are $200. Fact, I don't try to wreck things that are $27. I like to keep my shit.
I generally don't like wrecking things. Yeah,
it's just this is just me. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm different. Maybe I'm odd. That's my rebellion. I'm not going to wreck this. But okay, and I sometimes I think there's like a stack of just superlatives and descriptors to describe white, and it's like, okay, pick one. Oh, you're the canvas kit, and so someone's gonna pick it like you're the eggs kit. Like, okay, whatever. We're gonna honor liquid paper.
You're the marshmallow kit. Yeah,
the marshmallow
liquid
kit.
paper kit. Yeah.
These are all coming next season. Keep an eye out for them. So it's just like when the cuffs are the most interesting thing about your kit, the point has been missed.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. There's nothing spectacular about this. There's nothing interesting about this. There's nothing.
The cuffs are interesting. The cuffs are kind of spectacular.
The cuffs are fantastic. Somebody shout out to Mike Hudson Sucks at Mike Hudson Sucks. He's a regular listener and of the Vocal Minority, and he's a season ticket holder for not only Columbus but for Cincinnati as well. So respect.
Oh wow.
He was telling us that what's even slightly more interesting is that technically every single shirt is unique in the sense that the pattern of the cuffs aren't uniform from shirt to shirt. They're slight, like wherever they cut it, that's the strip we're putting on it. So we could buy 100 shirts and never find two that are identical because where they cut the fabric's just a little bit off. So I mean, that's not a reason to spend $200 on a shirt. But it's a funny fact that
that's a fun
same
fact.
as yours.
Yeah, that they got them from Adidas, and then somebody was in FC Cincy Stadium sewing cuffs on, to a deadline, right? Like just to customize this turkey. What did you give it? What's your grade?
This is a D.
It's a D. It's got to be a D for me. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a D. It's the cuffs are awesome. Make me a shirt out of the cuffs, or go away, and let's send it away. FC Dallas. This is what is it called? It's the Afterburner kit, if memory serves. Yes, it's the Afterburner kit. I don't know. I don't hate it. But it looks like a nightgown. It feels like lingerie. It's got like a Victoria's Secret kind of vibe to it,
those shades in the middle. Yeah. I was so in a separate chat because kits, and I talk about them a lot.
Because kits, yes.
I had this on my rankings. I have it 10th out of the whole lot. So this is a B+.
Okay.
And somebody who I'm not going to name, but it was Kristen, who should have been here, but she couldn't make it. She was like, how could you put that over the Minnesota kit, which is coming up? You'll see it if you haven't. You'll know why. And my response was, so what, you don't support bisexual pride? Because this is a bisexual pride flag. Now, if you've seen that flag, you know what I'm talking about. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Knowing that FC Dallas has a notorious problem with just being like their supporters just kind of being dicks. This is really funny to me now. So that's why it gets such a high mark. The fact that there's a shirt that's going to piss off some of the most reddest of necks that sit in that stadium in Frisco. I love it. I'm
all for it.
It's a beautiful shirt.
Tremendous.
Wonderful shirt. I don't even know what Children's Health is, but it's got a balloon on it. It's a pride flag with a balloon. Come on.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Screw those people who hate it. It's just, they didn't mean it. They probably didn't even see it. And of course, nobody told them, but they went with it anyway. And I'm here for it.
Do you remember in Force Awakens? Well, before Force Awakens came out, and there was all the set pictures, and we're like, why does 3PO have a red arm all of a sudden? Well, what's with the blue on the back of that thing? I can't unsee it. It unbalances the whole damn thing. It's like it's vague. Like
you're talking about the arm panel?
Yeah, the arm panel on the back, okay. the shock of blue back there.
Yeah, I think it's just the sleeve just
carrying over. No, I
Yeah,
understand the design principle. I just don't like it. You know, look, when I first saw this kit, I was like, ooh, FC Dallas, yum. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, Nesker. All right. If you're going to shit on all of the gradient kits going this way, well, then you can't turn around and give a gradient kit going this way all the top marks. So I'm aware of my own hypocrisy here. I also think at the end of the day, there's just something about it that I don't like, because when you take away the fact that they smush, like, it's the Harlequin kit, except it doesn't just butt up against each other with like a solid line. They smushed it with a bit of diffusion, right? Like they put a diffusion filter on the seam, and then did whatever they did with the one blue shirt. I was gonna give it a higher mark, but I'm actually gonna give it a C- because the more I look at it, the more I hate it. And yeah, the more I dislike it.
I really wish, and I know they couldn't because MLS and rules in their archaic bullshit. I really wish that pattern was on the back as well. I don't usually give a crap too much of whether or not it repeats on the back or not. It's like, it's displaying important information and you need to be able to see it from a distance, sure, whatever. But it would have just made a very complete kit if that blue shock on the back had a matching back panel that also did the transition. I would have.
But they don't do that anymore. You get flat panels at the back. You get one color, and if you're not happy, plate departments on the 32nd floor. Yeah. So yeah, I'm anyway. Houston Dynamo. Yeah. The Barney kit.
The Phoenix Suns kit. Hello. Jeez.
Well, it's actually the vaguely offensive drug reference kit, the still holding secondary kit. Yeah, vaguely offensive. And it's purple. And I get the wittiness of the shirt sponsored. They're striking out cancer. I get it. It's actually really, really clever. But it may be too clever by half, because it looks like somebody crossed out your kit. And I don't want to shit on cancer, so I'm going to stop. But it may just be too clever by half, and certainly as a shirt sponsor, I think it may not work. Points for Houston Orange up there in the letter set and on the sleeves and cuffs. I don't understand the purple. I hated TFC's purple concept kits. There was that one Parley kit that came in purple that was also, it was purple and it was made of garbage. Let's celebrate. This one is at least not, to my knowledge, made out of garbage. But why is that badge so big? What is going on? Like, why is that? Like, are they trying to accommodate for something? Like, why is that badge so big? It's twice the size of any other MLS badge.
It seems massive. It really does seem massive. I feel like this is another one of those ones where they spent more time on marketing than they spent on design. Like, they went through.
Agreed.
The write-up that Houston has on their site about this kit was kind of elaborate. The purple is supposed to be like representing the color of the sky during a sunset in Houston. Sure. Okay. I guess that's a thing. And all these cool people wearing cool stuff, doing cool things, wearing this shirt. Okay. Sure. Like the jock tag. First time I've ever said about a jock tag, oh, that's kind of neat, because it's got the head of a screw to indicate where it is in Texas, where the location.
Oh, I thought it had a roach clip or something to hold, to hold your stash, because it's the still holding kit, right?
But like, looking at the design of the kit isn't really a design. It's literally just dropping colors into the paint bucket tool and picking things. And it's like, again, they went through so much more effort to market this shirt than they did to design this shirt. Like, it's a striking shirt. I've got it as a B. I like the colors. I also Phoenix Suns. Like, I already said it, and I'm going to keep saying it, because like the orange and purple is a great combination for some reason, and I can't understand it, and I'm not going to question it too hard. But I do like it as a combination. It doesn't happen that often. So, all right, hooray, you guys did it. sucks to be you, Orlando. You should have had it, but you didn't. You blew it.
Yeah, it's an Orlando kit with the huge Houston badge over it. Like it's lazy. It's weak sauce.
Yeah.
Like it's not
no
worth
details in there. There's no details that's worth drilling into, and there's definitely no details on there worth doing the amount of marketing prep that they did for this news.
Like how much of a pickle do you have to twist yourself into to like find purple adjacent? Like, you know what I mean? It's a D minus. This one's hewing close to an F. That badge is just insane. You can't unsee it. It's like, fuck off. Like, your badge sucks. Don't make it twice the size, you motherfuckers. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, in honor of the game that I'm half watching, that's in its 7th minute. Here it is. Is this the first center badge kit of the crop? I think it might be.
Of the crop, yeah. I think it might be the only one. I could be wrong, but
I think LAFC has one. And it's funny because when it came out, I assumed that they were all going to be central badges. How stupid am I? We are now in the era where Inter Miami gets everything that nobody else gets and also drops their kit a year before everybody else does.
Yeah.
Hit me.
So I don't have this rated that high, mostly because, like, again, this is another one of those cases where, again, this is a $270 shirt, but the difference is that you can get Messi on the back of this one.
Yep.
And it's got
sign me up. I need several.
Right, and it's got nothing like the Houston one. There's nothing in it. There's nothing unique in this. It's just, and I am not a person who gives a shit about. I don't think pink is a bad color. I wish Miami's kits were better. All of them so far, none of them have been very good. I want a good pink kit. Palermo. Give me a Palermo kit, guys, and I will like, okay, you know what? I think I'm going to spring for this, or at least put it on the watch list. I mean, come on. There's nothing in this. I mean, it's
so disappointing
for the amount of hype and promotion just on Inter Miami alone. You would think that they would have a premium looking kit, and they don't.
100%. They don't. They just don't. Like, forget about the fact that, like, they're being usurped by Forward Madison, for fuck's sake, making, like, better Miami kits than Miami, right? Like, forget about the fact that, like, the Rochester Rhinos, when they release a purple anniversary kit, it's a better there's a million teams making better Inter Miami kits than Inter Miami. Let's just put it that way. Like, even parody kits. They just keep missing the target. And this is so profoundly disappointing, considering the runway, the special privileges. Like, this isn't even the best kit of the MLS kits, and it should be one of the best kits of Adidas world output this year. 100%. This is garbage. They missed the mark completely.
The AAA team should have been on this one.
It should have. This is a mess. This is an ungodly mess. And for that, I'm happily giving this an F, because you fucked up, Adidas. Like, you had all the time in the world. You had all the money in the world. For fuck's sake, you're charging us all the money in the world to pay the guy whose name is on the back of this kit. Yeah. Don't pretend otherwise. And this is what you trudge out. Like, somebody should lose their job over this, because you missed the mark. I know it's going to sell like hotcakes, and that's so fucking cynical, because it should sell on like hotcakes, not on the strength of the Messi that you can get on the back, but on the strength of the kit itself and the fact that people want to wear it. The only people that want to wear this should wear it backwards. I got Messi on it, right? Yeah. Like, there's nothing there. There's no reason why you shouldn't wear this backwards. And if you can say that about this kit, they failed. You didn't give me your letter grade on this one.
Oh, sorry. C plus.
C plus. Yeah. I disagree. I think this is shit. I think this is absolute garbage. I think this is potentially the worst Inter Miami kit by virtue of just how important this one was.
I mean, there's not that many to choose from, and you're right. You're definitely not wrong. I figure for the amount of money that goes into the promotion of these players, and when I say these players, I mean, like, you are
Lionel Messi,
your current top genetic monstrosity anomaly types that once in a generation type players. The amount of money that goes into their image, like cultivating their image. I don't know the last time I can honestly say Messi was in a bad kit. And some of those Argentinian ones weren't exactly exciting, but a lot of them were very, very good. A lot of the Barcelona ones were very, very good.
Very, very good.
The one Paris Saint-Germain one was very, very good. And now he's here in MLS, and he's wearing
that
training wear.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is also part of the problem with this contract in general, is that there's not a lot of necessity to break new ground and try new things.
So it's so cynical, but you're right.
These boxes. So
you're right.
Like, I feel like they've left. They're gonna make bank off of this damn shirt, but I feel like they've left a lot of money on the table, because you could get a Messi shirt or you get a nice Messi shirt, and I would rather a nice Messi shirt.
I think it needs to be said, these things, they can never keep them in stock. Right?
True.
So maybe the logic behind this is as simple as possible, so they can just churn them out at the factory. But everything about that is so damn cynical. It's the anti-beautiful game. It's anti the reason why we love kits so much. Like, if there's a lower grade than an F, this kit deserves it. And enough of this kit, because it's an insult to kits. It really is. It's an insult to everything we love about kits. Here we go. Honestly, LAFC, they're killing it. Mm-hmm. They're killing it. I know that this kit has divided a lot of people. Why? It's glorious. It's glorious. Like, it's like a Newsies. It's like some people don't like it. They think that it's too busy. They don't like the vertical stripes. So I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'll take yours.
It's already got our shirt sponsor on it. Just flip the badge. I'll take it. I'll take this in a heartbeat. This is fantastic. I don't understand.
This is a wonderful kit. I don't like.
It's a wonderful kit.
Your team's still brand new. You don't get a tradition yet. Your tradition is existing. Mm-hmm. Okay, like that's There's LAFC is literally some rich person's idea. So like, just calm down with like, oh, I'm outraged.
Mm-hmm.
This is a top shelf kit. So I got this as an A-.
I got it as an A standard. Yeah,
and it's. I think the only thing which is a very, very strange complaint, because it is, again, a very, very nice shirt. My weird complaint is the alternating pinstripes. I want that pinstripe to either be brighter or darker. Like, it's just it's enough to be like an optical illusion. Like, am I seeing it? Should that have been brighter? And I don't know what. And
see, I like that.
I like the fact that it's gray, silver, however you want to call it. I do appreciate that, just because it's like, okay, yeah, we get it. You're the black and gold team. Sure. Yeah. You're allowed to use other colors still. And shades of black and white are neutral to everybody. You can use whatever you want. So it's a perfectly balanced.
It's so
shirt.
Sharp.
And it's
so sharp, man.
Very sharp.
It's just sharp. It's just really, really sharp.
That's the right word that I've been trying to say for the last 2 minutes.
It's just sharp. It's just so sharp. Like, there's like, how can you hate it? It's just it's aesthetically pleasing. It's nice looking kit. The colorway is fantastic. You get a gold letter set. Like, stop it, LAFC. Like, seriously, like, do you want, like, stop complaining. You won the lottery. Stop fucking complaining. This is glorious. Most of your kits are glorious. You know, you've had a few misses, and even they were interesting. You stole our shirt sponsor. Can we have Yeti instead? Because I really like Yeti. Or no, were they Yeti or
they were YouTube,
the hell were they? They were
YouTube the first year.
Yeah, and then they went. Was it Yeti, or it was another big thick block thing? It might have been Yeti. I think it might have been Yeti, and they went extra hipster and they moved from LA. Flex, there you go. It was Flex, and it was the same sans serif, just huge blocky font.
God, this knowledge is useless in the real world, honestly.
Yeah, but it's great for podcasting.
It's great for this, huh?
Yeah. I mean, double A's, honestly, like, you can't hate it. If you hate it, you have no eyes. This is glorious.
Your opinion stops mattering as soon as you say it's not nice. It's just really,
it's glorious. It's glorious. And then to the other team in LA Carson, not so glorious. Decidedly unglorious. I need to preface this by saying somebody on the internet got me all excited for them to do the original, the OG Galaxy colorway again, which was stupid because this is their primary kit. So I'm off by a cycle, and they already did it one cycle ago. And I'm upset that I never bought the long sleeve one, because that kit was unbelievable. this sucks. I mean, listen, LA Galaxy got cursed with the Real Madrid BS colorway, right? Like they got cursed with the Spurs, everything's a white shirt in a way that their neighbors in downtown Los Angeles didn't. And yet all we hear is complaining from the LAFC folks. You're not stuck with this piece of shit. This is a piece of shit. Granted, there's not a lot LA Galaxy can do with their home kits because they're limited. But I'd like to think they can do better than this. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It feels like an exercise in minimalism. It's like the sash is the negative space, you guys. Check out how smart we are. No, this is a math equation as a kit, and I don't like it. And fuck off. Yeah.
See, all right. So I've got this as a B-. I don't hate it nearly as vehemently as you do. I do appreciate the fact that you've got a white sash on a white kit, because really that's, and
you know what? Really, when you put it that way, that's magic. That's all kinds of magic.
Like, like they're the team with the navy sash, and now they're the team with the white sash. Oh, so it's not a white kit? Well, actually, like that's
it's very meta, and you are turning my head. Like I've been stuck with this shitty colorway for a long time, and somebody is starting to rage against the dying of the light here. Like they're going wacky with this, and this is a home kit. Yeah.
I do like the gold trim along the hem and the side. It's so like the white cuffs and the white collar just kind of like really, really dull it too far. And I don't know if like making it navy or making it, there's another shade of blue around that star, around that quasar, I guess, whatever it's supposed to be, that doesn't get enough real estate on the kits. And it's like, maybe this is the time we break out that other shade that you can only see if you go to Wikipedia and blow up the logo. But yeah, it needs just a little bit something else. I don't think you could make this a kit, like an A grade kit. There's nothing else you can do to this. It's okay. If they do this next cycle, they won't. But if they it's still a white sash on a negative space thing. It's like, okay, we got it. You did it once. Congrats. Well done. Now get the fuck out and bring the other guy back in.
Honestly, you have turned my head completely. I'm going to give it a B+. I might even give it an A. White sash on a white kit.
Yeah,
I kind of want it, Mark. I kind of want it. I kind of want to bring it home. I'm going to give it an A.
I showed my graphic designer colleagues all these kits, and I said, give me your feedback. And one of them, no soccer knowledge,
lost their mind over this.
No invested level of nonsense like we are. Had this as number one.
I'm kind of losing my mind over it. The more I look at it, the more I like it, because it is just, it's like, we're the white t-shirt guys with the sash, but guess what? Wacky. And I'm giving it an A. I was going to give it a lot worse. It's an A now.
I'm sorry.
Here we go. I think you hate this kit, and I don't know why.
You know what? I don't hate this kit. So
good.
This is a B+.
Okay.
And I want to be clear. I do love the space motif. I love the fact that they've got the space shirt that goes with the night sky Northern Lights away kit.
Oh, that 1-2 punch is tremendous.
Like it is a fabulous pairing. It really is. Name another club on the planet that is owning the night sky as their identity. Like, Jesus, this is amazing.
I mean, come on.
So I was so on board with this until I saw a thumbnail of it. And what I mean is that when you see the shirts, you will see this. Like, when I picture why I like a shirt, I think of it what it looks like in person, what it looks like in a full uniform, what it looks like from afar, and what it looks like on television. And from afar and on television, you have no idea that this is space. This is a black shirt with weird blue blobs. And I hate that that's the thing that I immediately caught when I saw a very small version of it. The notion of it being this beautiful space kit, which it is lost. Now, when you're wearing it, like if you're going to go purchase it, you're going to wear it, you're going to hang out with your friends, you're going to go to the stadium, they're going to see it up close. It's a great shirt. It's a great shirt. it's still a great shirt. But you see those guys running around the pitch, they've just got these odd light blue blotches all over.
That is such a good point.
And that's the part I can't. It stuck with me so hard that it's like I can't make this an A. It's a fabulous shirt, but every once in a while,
is it a football shirt?
Yeah, like
did they miss the target?
Because it's got target on the front.
Yeah.
I think
this is very interesting because I agree with you.
I think it still is it's still a perfectly good shirt, but it's
not a football kit.
It doesn't. The meaning is lost when at certain
and
distances.
It's in its natural habitat. It fails.
Like Sporting Kansas City, a team I do not like, had a a diagonal striped kit, and up close it was atrocious. It was brutal. Because the stripes were very the colors were odd and there was cracks in it. I forget what there was names or lines. There was just they weren't solid lines. But from a distance, it actually looked pretty decent because the effect of it from a distance was there. Up close, you couldn't see it because it's a bit of an optical illusion. You can still see that they're diagonal stripes, but from a distance, it was like they were solid.
You're on a heater, buddy. You're on a heater right now.
Yeah. This is unfortunately how my brain has always worked with these kits.
But you're right. You're right. Like, this is a very nice shirt, but it's not a football kit. And we're fawning over a very nice shirt, forgetting that what's written on the box is you play professional soccer in it. You don't wear it to parties.
And it's still a conversation piece if you get it. It's okay.
But you can have a conversation piece that also works as a football kit. This is too far in the wrong direction. This is right off the reservation. And I think you're right. I was going to give this a screaming A+, best kit of the bunch, especially when measured with the other kit. But you make a very good point. This kit does not work for its intended purpose, and you have to dock it points for that. There's no way around it. It's not a football kit. It's not achieving its intended mission.
Yeah.
It's great fashion. Make it a training kit. Fuck it. Our Arsenal releases 100 of these every second. I think during the time of this show, 6 more of them have come out.
Oh,
it's not your primary kit, and that's the issue. I'm gonna give it a B-, simply because you absolutely make a compelling argument as to this is too far off. It's gone into wackiness. All right, let's go to Nashville. I don't hate it. This it feels old school in a way that none of these kits do. This feels like a prem or a championship kit, just a bog standard, any team kind of championship kit. And I've always loved this colorway because that shade of blue changes every time I look at it by virtue of it measured against that screaming neon highlighter color. In terms of what we just talked about, you can see this kit from space without the benefit of a Hubble telescope or the James Webb telescope. So in terms of it achieving its intended purpose as being a kit that you play soccer in, screaming success. I mean, my eyes are burning out. Like, I burnt my corneas, but I can't hate it. The fact that they've moved that bar up to the proper place. So it's not down here in Girdle Land. It's up here in Pex Land. It changes everything. I even don't mind that it ends as a box and doesn't carry over really under the sleeves, even though if you look at the back, it sort of does. Once again, that Ursaz Macron fake collar, non-collar can go to hell where it belongs. It's a C. It's a C for me. C+, just because I really like that blue. I like what it does to my brain.
That's fair. I have it as a C. I am not a fan of Nashville's colors. I feel like it's the combination of a navy that's too dark and a yellow that's too highlighter. And if the navy was a little richer or the yellow was a little more muted, I'd be okay with it. Because during day games, sometimes the navy blue looks black. And if there's ever been a complaint that Nashville looks too much like Columbus, it's because under certain lighting conditions, they do look
yeah. Incredibly the same. Under most lighting conditions, that navy is going to look black. Like only in the most controlled of environments are you going to get a hint of that blue, right? Like outside, forget about it. That's a black stripe. Yeah.
But as far as Nashville kits go, this is so far their best kit they've had since joining the league. And the reason why is because there's more blue than there normally is. It's usually just blue trim, like the navy blue trim that's basically black against a highlighter yellow kit. The fact that there's so much navy blue, it actually kind of takes away the impact of that blinding yellow. And if you like it, you like it. That's okay. But to me, it's too much. And like I realize that we want to have yellow kits or more than one yellow club, I should say. And just to be fair on the record, yeah, you know what? It's okay to have more than one club with the exact same colors. It's okay, guys.
Like this, you're gonna run into it eventually.
Yeah, like we're not like somebody's gonna get out the Pantone book. If you don't know what a Pantone book is, don't worry about it. You're gonna go get that color wheel, and you're gonna go here's where your club is. You can't go 9 spaces around it, but you can have this other red that looks kind of like it. It's gonna happen, and it's okay. There's 29 teams, and we're gonna get to 70 before we're dead. So there's gonna be overlap, so it's okay if Nashville didn't have to have a highlighter yellow. Is basically what I'm saying, but that's what they went with. So the fact that navy takes down, the brightness by about 2 or 3 lumens, I'm very pleased with it. It's still a C because it's
agreed. Yeah, I mean they're cursed with a shit colorway, unfortunately, and there's only so much lipstick you can put on a pig, but I think they did a pretty decent job there. So this is a piece of shit. I think this might be my least favorite kit of the bunch, and specifically because the infographic makes my heart sad.
Worst.
Like it's the worst infographic I've ever read, and I've read some shitty fucking infographics.
There's a lot of shitty infographics.
For those that have and let's be honest, if it weren't for the infographic, this is my out of spite. This is my I hate it out of spite. It's not the worst kit. I don't understand the tarot card reader curtain going on. I don't understand that. But oh my God, once you get to the infographic, okay, first of all, it's called the Boston Tea Party kit. Go fuck yourselves. Second of all,
sure it is, buddy.
Yeah, sure it is. Second of all, those dots are supposed to represent, what are they supposed to represent again? I don't want to paraphrase, but I'm gonna because I'm never reading that infographic again. The impact waves on the water when the tea hit Boston Harbor, isn't that what it's supposed to represent?
That is some of the most advanced yoga I've ever heard of in copyright
Fuck
speed.
you.
Holy shit.
Fuck you.
What a stretch.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Like, I'm sorry. Eat shit.
You know
massive piles of it.
They were to a good kit. You know how close they were?
An infographic away and a name.
Put the pinstripes from LAFC onto that.
You mean the water impacts?
And get rid of the stupid wavy dots that I don't care. Again, this is nonsense.
Also, nobody was alive in the 1700s. You have no photographic reference. They didn't look like vector dots. Vector technology people weren't on Photoshop in the fucking American Revolution. You motherfucking assholes.
Come on.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, okay, this is the Boston Tea Party kit. It's like, oh, are they barrels? No, they're not barrels. Oh, okay, then are they tea leaves? No, they're not tea leaves. Oh, is there a heart? Like if you just went through like a stupid Canadian that we are, who knows very little of American history, whatever we gleaned off of American television and Jeopardy. Whatever we extracted from it, this is what we know, and none of that shit matches. Not a damn thing matches it.
No.
And here we are being told that this is a Boston Tea Party kit. No. Stop.
I refuse. Yeah.
Like
this far, no further.
Everything. Yeah. Just take down everything. Just go.
This is my Waterloo. Yeah.
This is a kit. And that should have been your press release.
It has fucking dots on it. Yeah. It has dots on it.
I gave it a C- if there was no bullshit press release attached to it, it probably would have got a C. So you get a mark off because you put words. but like those dots are nonsense. And what really, really, really bothers me is that the waviness of it doesn't break enough for me to go, oh, those are waves. I think that the player is really sweaty and the shirt is just sticking and it's shifted.
Yeah,
like it doesn't. It looks like
it fucking sucks. It
looks like a player is just constantly running into a wind coming sideways, and it doesn't do what it's even remotely intended to do. I don't know how it got this far, like so many of these ideas.
This is an egregious failure. Like I'm mad at this kit. I'm actually raging at this kit for all the reasons. F- with a bullet.
The worst part is I really like the raglan sleeves, the red sleeves with the dark blue cuffs.
Oh my god!
And the lights,
glorious.
Like, everything without the dots. It's kind of what Austin wishes they had done. Like it still would have been a boring shirt, but it would have been a nice boring shirt. 100%. And then it's like, no, let's add mess for mess's sake, and here we are.
Ugh. And explain it away with riddles and enigmas. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck guys. Yep. Okay. I love this kit, and I need to clarify why I love this kit. It's not quite right, and of course, it's also City Football Club. I don't like Manchester City, but I really like Manchester. Couple of years, and I also don't really like Puma kits because I'm not a beanpole and I get self-conscious with, I don't like Puma kits. They made a Hacienda kit for Man City, a third kit. It's got to be within the last 5 years. It was absolutely glorious. For those of you that don't know, the Hacienda was a nightclub during Manchester late 80s into the mid to late 90s. It's where Tony Adams from Factory Records, I can't even remember his last name, but it's where Factory Records put all their bands on. So New Order played there. The Stone Roses played there. Fantastic. Had a very specific color scheme. Very upset I didn't buy it. Hate Man City. That's why I didn't buy it. Also don't like NYCFC. This is close. Can't hate it. Did you notice the letter set is 2 different colors? Adidas can do that. That is fantastic. Why aren't they doing that everywhere? I fucking love that. The Etihad Airways is 2 different colors. The Adidas and the badge are 2 different monochromes. And then again, the name's in orange and the numbers are in blue. I'm giddy with the possibilities here. Why are we not seeing this everywhere else? I love this kit. But I'm not going to buy it ever. Same as the Man City one. Dude, this is lovely. It's lovely. And it screams New York in the same way as the Hacienda kit screamed Manchester. It nailed it. It understood the assignment.
Okay. I'm glad you like it.
You hate it. I'm giving it an A.
This is a D-. This is the lowest ranking shirt out of the lot. Mostly because it's just a black shirt with light blue and light orange on it. And while I am mildly impressed that Etihad Airways was cool enough to separate the colors on the front, the different colors name in the back, Vancouver did it for a couple cycles on their home kit. They had red letters, blue numbers.
You're right. We all went for one of those because specifically for that reason. Yeah.
Ryan Raposo on the back, Hamilton Zone, everybody.
Yeah. And that was lovely too.
That was one of those cases where I felt like if you didn't get the name and number on the back, the shirt wasn't as nice.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Yeah. You left it. Yeah. You went halfway, and with those shirts, we got lucky because they were offering free naming and
free everything. It came with a treasure map and a reach around. But listen, if you don't get a number on the back of this kit, I don't ever want to see you again. Yeah.
To be fair, yeah. If you're going to get this shirt, if you don't get the name and number, you've only went halfway. Otherwise, it's a very boring kit. Like there's no pattern in the shirt, like in the chest of it or the sleeves. It's just like, I do give small credit to one shoulder or one side is orange, one side is blue. And I know that like that's a thing. Sure. Like those are the part, not exactly those shades, but those are the colors on the New York City flag. And I know they lean into that quite heavily a lot. But I don't know. I get like sweet tart candy vibes, and those. It's like, okay, but still,
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I understand why you would like it, why anybody would like it, but to me, it's just like, this is a $270 shirt. Okay. Like,
It looks expensive, like Supreme t-shirts. You know, Supreme makes $450 t-shirts, right? This feels like a Supreme drop, you know, because you can't say release anymore. It's got to be a drop because everything's got a new name now. I mean, yeah, the colors are doing the heavy lifting. Otherwise, it's just a black shirt. But sometimes that rules. And I'm sorry, I think this kind of low-key rules. So agree to disagree on this one. That's what makes the world go round. But, you know, if you're going to get wacky with colors, do these pastel-y hues and be this wacky. This shirt just screams arrogant, disposable income. It just screams teenage madness. I love it. I love it for everything that it is.
If they could have made some of the elements, and I don't know which ones, possibly the cuff, maybe the sponsors and the badge, but they could have made it like given an artificial like glow bordering around.
Oh yeah, for
like
sure. Like make it even wackier. Like,
okay, this is now a must-have kit because now there's something really truly interesting on it other than just a couple colors on a black shirt.
Give it a battery pack and make it them dancing LEDs for fuck's sakes. Like this is the kit to do it.
Now we're talking a $270 shirt, Jeff.
Yeah. This is the kit to do it, man. You know, 100%, 100%. Like brilliant. It's like a tickle me Elmo. If you hit the chest, it's like woohoo, like for sure, man. Just do it. But without any of the accoutrements and the faff, I still think that's a cool shirt. Here comes New Jersey. What the fuck? What the fuck?
So again, this is apparently an homage to the New York, New Jersey Metro Stars of yore. If for those of you who've never looked at that logo, you're not missing anything. But there's a lot of jaggy, lightning bolty looking things that come on the end of, you know, the letter T and the letter M.
It was the 90s. Everything had jaggy lightning bolty
shit
on it. Everything.
It was
I did. We all did. We had tattoos.
MLS 1.0 logo of them all.
And
these jackets look nothing like it. Like absolutely fucking nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
The old Metro Stars logo was a mess, but it was deliberate. Like it was designed. It was intentional. This is just, you know, one jagged pattern and then a slightly thinner version of it, and then the same one as the first one. Like, there's nothing to this. This is just squiggles for squiggles' sake, and the fact that they're trying to tell me that this looks like it's an homage to the Metro Stars. No, it's not even a little bit.
And it's so bespoke too. They get that tiger print leopard pattern on the sleeves and the sleeve cuffs. Like we've seen other kits have to deal with just the bog standard stuff. They get the full regalia. They're the only club that gets their fucking name on the back of the shirt, right? Like what, I mean, if you have to consistently broadcast what club it is, maybe you're not doing your marketing right, but I appreciate the fact that they get all of these perks. We don't get Toronto Football Club on the back. They get New York Red Bulls consistently on every kit on the back. Like they're playing in Liga MX or some other league where they get shirt sponsors and names on the back. But that just makes me hate it more. They get all of these perks, they get all of these special privileges, and this is what they shit out. And it's garbage, and it's an advertisement for Red Bull. This is a D for me, because they can and have done so much better, and this is just a crushing disappointment to me. It really is.
This is a D. The nicest thing I can say about this is I kind of dig the cuffs. That's it. The cuffs.
Yeah, that's it.
And the cuffs are not enough to get you anything really. So
nope, not at all. Ask Cincinnati.
But this is the D.
It's a D. It's a straight D. All right, moving on. Fuck.
Okay, so when I first saw this from like a small thumbnail, I'm like, wow, that's shit. And then when I saw the larger one, and because it didn't really give it away in that thumbnail, that they put the old USL badge on the as the crest, I'm like, oh, you sons of bitches. As somebody who's a sucker for that,
I knew you were gonna go there.
Yeah, like this is if I was an Orlando City fan, I would have sold somebody's kidney. Would have been mine. I would have sold somebody's kidney
backflips.
to get to do 270 and get this kit immediately. I feel like we ignore the fact that soccer existed before MLS. Whatever city it is, it doesn't matter. We just ignore it, you know. And the fact that Orlando City, as we know it, was born a direct link from the USL. But when they went up, they got rid of the red and went with the peanut butter gold, which, to be fair, is a much better design choice. I'm not arguing it. But this is what they look like. This was them. And the fact that they've got a kit now that kind of goes, yeah, we haven't forgotten, guys. Like, instead of it just being a random t-shirt that shows up every 5 years at the club shop, it's like, oh yeah, remember this old logo? Ha ha ha. No, now it's a shirt. Now it's a shirt. The more and more I digged into it, I really like the 3 stripes, like the 3 different colors on the collar. I like the fact that it's
the best collar. It's the best collar I've ever seen. I love that collar so much. It's so shit hot. It's ridiculous.
I love it.
Hello, 2019 TFC kit.
Yeah,
well, it's nice to see you again.
But but the difference between that one and this one is that one, the button was the most interesting part of the shirt. This one is just a part of the shirt. That
collar rules. Yeah, that collar rules so hard. It's like a K-Way jacket collar. It's like, it reminds me of, like, remember the K-Way jackets that had the interesting collars that you could fold in on themselves, and then they became like a little fanny pack that you could wear.
Oh yeah,
it's screaming that to me. Everything else about it sucks, but that collar, I mean, just give me that collar and I'll sew it onto everything I own. Like, I love that collar. It's stupid how much I love that collar and cuff situation.
Yeah, like, I like this so much. I mean, it's still a B-. I like this so much that I kind of want to know what the purple version of this kit would look like.
Yeah, I hate purple. I would probably buy this over the purple one.
Give me the home version of this too. It's not happening. I'm not even going to pretend like it might. But I would, even if it was just like, invert the colors. It's just the same red stripes on the shoulder, same collar, but instead of where the white is purple, where the purple is white. Okay, I want that now. And then honestly, if they had that, I would want both of them. I'd want the set to own them. Because I'm a sucker for a collection. And honestly, and it's great.
Yeah, it's great. It's a B plus for me. The badge is superb. That collar is just tremendous. It's just tremendous. Too bad about the white shirt, but at least there's like a hint of purple in it. You can't. This is lovely. It's lovely, and I think it's going to dance really well too. Moving on to another lovely kit. We're in the home stretch now, Marcus. I've been slowly updating the slides so we didn't have to pause ourselves.
Absolute pro.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah.
Waiting. Pause for round of applause. That's all.
Oh, yes.
Well done.
I mean, I've already said I'm going to say about the shirt sponsor. It's tragic. I know it's a bakery.
It's tragic. Gonna be tragic.
It's always going to be tragic. But everything else about this. And hey, another center badge. There we go. Slam dunk.
Well done.
This is lovely. This is just all kinds of lovely. It looks expensive. I don't quite get the pattern and I don't care. I know there's an infographic that explains it all, and I will probably never read it just so that I don't ruin the shirt for myself. The gold letter set, can't go wrong. The little splash of that shock of baby blue on the back. Magnifique. Bellissimo. Like, bellissimo. I love this kit.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite of the bunch. I give it an A+.
Yeah, this is an A. This is definitely, this is in my top 3. So I could be wrong, and I will say that I could be wrong because I have not looked up any infographic because I feel like I kind of figured it out for myself. So like that pattern, I figured like the diamonds have to do with the snake motif that they always lean into with the, on the badge. That pattern of scales. However, what struck me was the weird triangles that kind of point up and point down on either side of that.
The negative space. Yeah.
And then and then kind of when I zoom out away from it, it's like, don't they like to lean into the whole Benjamin Franklin lightning bolt bit? That's a zigzagging lightning bolt that goes all the way through with a blue, with the blue. Yeah. It is.
Yeah. What are they calling it? The XV. So it means nothing.
Okay. 15.
Being invasive. Yeah. The 15. Yeah.
So, like it is like from a pattern point of view, and I love a good pattern. This is
stunning.
Fucking spectacular.
It's spectacular. It's tremendous. It's spectacular.
It really, really is. And if I could have the only thing that would keep it from an A+, and it might be overkill, and they can't obviously do it, is if they just had that diamond triangle pattern fill out the rest of the navy part across the chest. Just It can be just really, really subtle. It's like, oh my God, that looks like scales and a lightning bolt, and now it's too smart, and my God, I need it. Like that's the kind of thing that makes me like, hey, you going to Philadelphia? Like I'm asking people all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so
absolutely. I dig this.
But like that's really, really good.
Yeah, it's really, really, really good. It's I'm jealous how good it is. It's stupid good. This one's dividing a lot of people. I can't hate it. Another central badge. Can't be Dabella. I don't care. There's some it's the closest kit you want to buy this at Pier 1 Imports. It smells like potpourri. It looks like it smells like potpourri, right? Like, you know what I mean? It's really, really fancy schmancy. It's too clever by half. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the Christmas. It's like the people that put tinsel around their framed pictures for Christmas. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's too cute by half. Portland does not miss. If this is what a miss for Portland is, you guys like just bask in the glow of how awesome all of your kits are. Because if this is a miss, you guys are killing it. Yeah. How can this possibly be a miss? It's lovely. It's lovely. And look, they get what Montreal couldn't. Like the flowers continue on to those shoulder patches, right? Like they didn't get stuffed with this standard color patch. They got the bespoke treatment. How can you hate it? You know, obviously it's not as good as the last Portland away kit, the Rose City one, which was stupendous. This pales by comparison, but only because that kit is so tremendous. Like, this is great. Come on. Yeah, this has got such personality.
This is definitely an above average kit. I've got it as a B+, and it's what I dig is that while like the most interesting part of the kit is the sleeves and the sides, which shouldn't be, and it's unfortunate that like obviously they not that they couldn't, but they didn't do even something lighter in the middle just to fill it out. Could have been the same pattern, just make it, you know, slightly darker than that greenish cream.
No, it should be the people that by default are in the photo frames that you buy, just like Family X waving at you, like
sitting in front of the fireplace with the dog.
Yeah.
But like the spacing out of all the, you know, the pine needles, it's almost like, what if you had a like a Hawaiian print shirt, but it was Pacific Northwest.
It looks like a Tommy Bahama shirt from the back.
Yeah.
Like when you like, it does. It looks like a Tommy Bahama shirt. It's so whimsical. I can't even stand it. Like, it's screaming whimsy. Yeah, it's screaming whimsy.
And I hope they're clever enough that when you buy this kit in December, you get little Velcro baubles that look like tree ornaments, and you just put them down the sides and the arms, and like, or like for an extra $5 that goes to charity, and you get these little.
No, you buy an extra one, you hold it over yourself, and then everybody has to kiss you because.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
That sounds mistletoe. Why not?
Come on, it's fantastic.
An adorable kit.
It's adorable. and I'm sure it smells like nutmeg. Like it wants
It's
me.
got
I
it.
want to cozy up by a fireplace because of this kit. Like it fills me with such happy thoughts. I love it. I also gave it a B plus. It can't be an A because it's not the Rose City kit, which I mean it's by no fault of its own. Here's another one that's dividing everybody: the RSL Crypto Bros kit, the buy sell buy Gamergate kit, like the
guess
the
that's one
Wall
way to put
Street
it, sure.
special. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It isn't. It's not bad, but it's also not good.
You know what? I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. This is my favorite of the lot.
really.
Yeah. I think okay. So part of it is that while I've had to take such a long time to resolve the fact that Salt Lake entered the league and were given the most absurd possible Euro name, Real,
Yeah,
a state with no king and almost no Spanish history whatsoever, but
Fuck
gave
it.
Barcelona
We ride.
and I'm now past the point where I'm no longer like rolling my eyes whenever somebody says Real Salt Lake.
Yeah, they gave it the Madrid tag and the Catalan colors and expected no one to care.
Right. But it's been so much time now that as elapsed that I don't care anymore. That's just what it is. I've accepted it. It's like when you first hear that they named two baseball teams after socks. It's like you did what?
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, you just accepted.
Well, I mean, like it was a simpler time, Marcus.
Right, exactly. So with that, these colors, like RSL's had some really kind of whack ass kits in their history, which is a shame because like it's a good color combination. They just kind of drop the ball.
One of the best.
And I'm a sucker for stripes. I love stripes and I love hoops and I love checkers and halves and quarters and sashes. I like because you can do other things. Not everything has to be flat. And to me, it's like, why haven't they had a striped kit before? That would have been a great, just going through their catalog of kits. Oh yeah, that their fourth home kit was amazing because it was red and navy stripes. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Now it's finally here, and I feel that the yellow does such a great job of balancing out
100%
that almost too much navy and red balance. It's like, oh yeah, don't forget we're here, and like having it on the trim and on the stripes and on the sponsors and on the numbers. To me, it's a complete, balanced, visually football kit.
I don't know for sure, but it feels like the badge and the Adidas 3-stripe have been moved up from where they're on all the other kits. Could just be an optical illusion because of the heavy weight of that giant fucking arrow.
Yeah,
I'm glad it's not pointing down, so it's not the here's my dick kit, which we've seen far too often in the concept kit world. I don't know why people keep putting downward arrows in concept kits. Like,
I had a concept. When I was so just speaking of that, when we were when way back in the very very early drafts of like, hey, you're going to help us out with a kit, and I didn't know what exactly my role was. I came up with about 10 different designs, and one of them was a CN Tower based one. Now I know it's like kind of on the nose, but it had I basically made the idea was Monaco, so it was a diagonal half and half, like basically it was red and dark red, and that in the seam of the halves was like the shadow of
this towards the end. Yeah.
So and I could not quite get it to look nice. Like in my mind's eye, it was great, but like you could still play with it because the first draft, I'm like, yeah, I'm obviously going to have a CN Tower pointing straight up. Are you insane? Even if it's just not right, like, what are you doing? This will never get passed. And if it does get passed, people need to be fired. So like, the workaround was like, it's now
it's the here's my dick kit. Yeah, exactly.
No, here's your dick kit. That's way too high up. And
this one's here's my head kit.
The thing that the mountain is the only thing that really keeps me from giving it a plus, because I find that line that makes the mountain peaks, I can't tell if it's too thick. Like you couldn't
It's
join the
so
stripes to
soft.
it because you wanted that separation. But it's like, is it too much? Could they have muted it? Could they have thinned it out a little bit? It's messing with me just enough to go like, it's not quite perfect. But it's really, really good to me.
So you gave this sucker an A.
A.
I'm going to give it a C+, just because of it seems unbalanced to me because of that heavy thing there. But I applaud the effort. I mean, it's not a stripe kit, and it is a stripe kit. So you know, points there. Moving on we're really getting into the final stretch here. It's a shame that this one's coming before the one that we're all going to deride until the end of time. And then we've also got St. Louis coming before the one that we're going to deride until the end of time. That badge is glorious. It's glorious for San Jose. It's glorious. It's their old school, 70s rec room badge. It's amazing that we've gotten this far and we haven't mentioned that Adidas is doing this across their product line. It's not just MLS. They're insisting on alternate badges. TFC, I think, had suffered the worst fate because we're stuck with the fuck this club badge. And why didn't we just throw the fucking Blizzard badge up there, or the Lynx, or the Toronto
Lynx.
Soccers? Why don't we throw one of them fuckers up there instead of the FTC garbage? It's a white t-shirt. It's, I think, the first proper V-neck we've seen so far. So credit there. I'll get you know what? I have paper and ink in my printer, so I'm just going to make a printout of that badge and save myself $270. Because the only thing I like about this kit is the badge. Everything else is training wear.
Yeah. I love this kit. And
really?
Mostly because, I've been like before I was a jersey nerd, I was a logo nerd. And before I was like really into soccer, I just kind of chased anything from the past that I could get my hands on. So the first thing when I saw this kit, I'm like, holy shit, they nailed the NASL, the old NASL from the 70s. Aside from that sponsor on the front and the numbers on the back, this could just as easily have been.
You're right.
Adidas 1974 kit that they wore at home, aside from odd block lettering, and seeing like it evoked a thing in me that I didn't even know I remembered. Like I've done such deep dives on this, and like, it's just, that was my weird nerd kid thing when I was a child. Honestly.
Yeah.
So
you're 100% right. This screams the NASL.
It's the closest thing to a reproduction I'm ever going to get, I think. And I also openly have an irrational love of the Earthquakes kits. I don't even fully understand it, actually, but I do love them. I love their home kit. I absolutely love their home kit. But this is just like, again, I know it's just a white t-shirt, but
you're right.
Strikes such a chord, and I have this is an A-. And really, the marks against
too bad they got saddled with the most digital fucking postmodern intermedia garbage. Because it really is a slap in the face to the classicness of the kit. It
would have been amazing if they somehow could have gotten them to like talk them into being a lighter gray, just kind of dull, fade into the background. Or even just lean into like, hey, can you reimagine your badge as something from the 70s?
Something from the 70s. Well, there was no cloud in the 70s. Yeah, whatever.
Cool. Yeah, shut the fuck up and just do it. Pretend you were a wagon company. I don't care.
Yeah. No one cares.
It's called an imagination, guys. Work with us.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Like, anybody who said, it's just a white t-shirt. Yeah, you're right. You are absolutely right. But you're not getting...
What a white t-shirt.
If you're not getting the same hit as I am, I completely understand. If you are and still go, it's just a white t-shirt, then you're not, that connection isn't fully formed. Like I have that connection. You know what I mean though? It's like there's some fantastic banger kits that actually were banger kits back in like the 80s that if they reproduced them, it'd be amazing. This actually isn't one of them, but this is as faithful.
I dig it. I dig it. You changed my grade. I'm giving it a B. Not a minus, not a plus, just a B. Bog standard B. Miami scored right at the death before halftime, by the way, and I think the half is about to restart. This is also dividing people. I can't hate it. I feel the same way about this as you felt about the San Jose kit. This screams another time and another place, and I know that this one is officially labeled the anniversary kit. How can you dislike it? It's really sharp. It's really, really sharp.
I
dislike it.
B-. I have it as B-.
Okay.
I really, really wanted to like this, and the longer I've stared at it, I kind of felt like you guys were so fucking close to just and the only solution I could come up with that would, like, a very simple one, is just pick one color for the stripe. Either sky blue and that green stripes, fucking mint. Sell it to me now.
Yeah.
Or even the dark blue and the green stripes. Sell it to me now. I'll take it. But this is just like,
I feel you.
It's too busy. Things get lost. Like, not that I really give a shit about the sponsor being there, but the sponsor kind of gets lost.
I can't read it, and when I try, it hurts. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're anti-sponsor, then you should love this kit, because that kit eats it. Just
they're doing the sponsor dirty.
But
Providence should demand a black box. Yeah.
But like the white cuffs, the white collar, like it, so close, so close.
Yeah, I agree. I think I agree with you. If they had the stripes it's too busy by half. I agree. I'm actually going to copy you outright. This is B-, but I don't understand why people are so enraged by it. It's so damn close. It's really is.
It's not it's even at its worst, it's not bad. It's just it's just on the, to me, I genuinely feel cusp of greatness. It's just
cusp of greatness. It just didn't get there. I think this nails it. I actually forgot about this one. This is my favorite kit of the bunch. I am such a sucker for the Sporting Kansas City Argyle kits. I'm so happy they brought it back, and they had the wherewithal to put the badge and the Adidas logo inside the little Argyle guys. I mean, like, and they're perfectly spaced in there, and they're balanced, and the Argyle isn't just doing what the Philly thing does down the center. It's omnipresent. I already know what socks I'm going to wear with it. Like, why can't this be my team, and why can't it be the kit? I don't even hate the stupid collar nonsense, which I hate on every other kit. The moral of the story is, put Argyles on it, and I'm happy. Argyle is the new Onyx, everybody. Just put a fucking Argyle on my kit. For fuck's sake, give me an Argyle kit. I love this so much, it's not funny. I might actually get this. Like, if I saw this on a clearance rack, you wouldn't see my dust. You would not see my dust. This is the kind of shirt that I'd be like, it's not really my size. I'm willing to pull on it a little bit just to make it happen. This shirt fucking rules.
Yeah, it
like,
does.
Like, rules. Just absolutely rules. Yeah. Like, a screaming A+. I'm so happy. I saw it, and it immediately made me happy. And I know I'm going to take back, this is my favorite when we get to the last one, because it's also superb. But I have such a soft spot for the Argyle. This is so nice. It's so glorious. It's glorious.
I have, again, a strong hatred towards Sporting Kansas City. Just
the sporks suck. Fuck them.
I can't stand them top to bottom.
Yeah. It sucks that they get the Argyle kits, because
I hate their home kit repeatedly. It's just disappointing and shit, and they've got the worst light blue out of everybody's light blue, and there's a lot of bad ones.
Yeah.
However, their away kits, when they do this navy, like this slate blue dark shade, is just, you can't do anything wrong. They had hoop kits. You can't do anything wrong. You do. Yeah. It's just banger after banger after banger. And my God, like, if my eyebrows hadn't shot far up my head for the RSL one, this would have been my undisputed number. This is
it's a very so good. There was a year that they had 3 Argyles. It was like last decade, and it's easily the best 1-2-3 punch of MLS history. And I have no problem saying it. I hate the team. I hate them vehemently. This kit fucking rules. I'm sorry. It rules.
I believe in that set, the away kit was this color.
Argyle.
you said that the Argyle was the third kit. I thought it was the third kit.
Yeah.
So the away kit was this color, but it had a thin, darker pin, like not a pinstripe, but a horizontal hoop.
Yeah. Oh, so nice.
That was I spent. If I could have gotten paid $1 for every hour I spent on eBay trying to find that shirt, I could have paid for 2 of those.
Wow.
I wanted it so fucking bad. Like, so bad.
Yeah. It's your white whale. It's the one that got away. Yeah.
Of MLS, it's there's a small list, but it's on that list. And
yeah.
2 of them are kids
that you instantly regret. I know it's like the team that I hate the most is easily like evens out my list of, God damn it, why didn't I buy it? What
it's so easy to when their home kits are, to me, just awful.
Yeah, dog
but
shit.
Their away ones are just the nicest.
This is splendid. This is resplendent. This is magisterial. It's stupid how good this kit is. It's stupid.
This is the, when I was saying I don't like pastel wispy colors, this is the opposite. This is like jewel tone, dark, deep, rich colors, and I like, honestly, if they just, there's so many of these, they just throw any pattern on it, Mark will probably buy it. Yeah, Mark will probably buy it.
I can't leave this up there. I'm gonna order it. I can't leave this up there that long. I have to turn it off.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, this is a great palate cleanser. And yet it's not, strangely enough, it's not as shit as the next one. No. This is a white t-shirt. It looks like a bag of cat food. Because by virtue of the shirt sponsor, it looks like, when Purina does, the special vet only stuff that you have to only buy at your vet's office, and it's like branded but not branded because it's really good for your pet or whatever. That's what this reminds me of. This is bullshit. And the worst part is that this one actually has sublimated details. Unlike all the other white shirts that we've derided to within an inch of their lives, this one actually has the sublimated interesting. Too bad it's fucking waveforms. It's nonsense. It's a nothing burger. This is a nothing burger.
So all right, so this is a B-.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Why? Okay. Hit me.
Hey, you Jeff, do you remember being a child? Maybe you even had this as an album. Do you remember being a child? Strawberry shortcake, good humor bar. You remember this shit?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. That color's the same color the inside of that fucking bar. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
I don't know where it came from because I wrote up my whole thing a couple nights ago. And when I made that connection, okay, now this isn't a C. This is up higher. This is, I know this isn't exactly the most faithful pink compared to Miami, but I do love their colors. I love the pink. I love this cherry popsicle pink that they got going on. And the navy, indigo, blue, whatever that the other color in their badge. I love it because also too, Cerezo Osaka vibes all the time. I love that. Do yourself a favor. You like nice kits? Go look up Cerezo Osaka J League.
Okay.
Beautiful kits year to year. Even when they're boring, they're nice. So I get a lot of those vibes. Such that
this is so pedestrian.
You have to struggle to fuck it up, and this is probably the minimal they can get away with, where I don't shit on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, the waves for wave's sake, pattern for pattern's sake, it's exactly what that is. I don't care what meaning you try to give it. At least they didn't put another fucking map in it. I'm tired of maps. Y'all can fuck themselves your maps. I don't care. I don't care. Topographical streets. Don't care. So just waves. Sure. It just gives it some depth. It gives it some dimension. Sure. I don't care. Take it. It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. And it looked pretty good, next to their current home kit. So that's kind of where
it's a D for me. It's so pedestrian. It's a pattern for pattern's sake. The less we say about it, the better. Oh, here we are. It didn't get any better. It didn't get any better. I thought maybe it would get better. and it hasn't. Where do I start? Ugh.
What's funny is that because if you're Yeller season's ticket holders, you got the email, you saw the email, or if you went to the website and there's a picture of Bernadeschi, action shot, him taking, whatever. When those stupid shields are washed out and it just looks like a white shirt, it's not half bad.
Like, well, it's better as a consequence. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like those shields don't improve it in the slightest. They look like mistakes.
They do
look like errors.
Well, I mean, it's been confirmed because everything coming out of the club in the league, they've turned the light up to the point where everybody's skin tones don't work anymore in a attempt to saturate out the sublimated shield printing.
Yeah. I look, it wasn't that long ago when I asked about it and they wouldn't tell me anything, and I probably could have saved them some embarrassment. But anyway, that's another conversation. But like,
what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, can I just ask? There is no answer, but what the fuck is this?
I'm okay. Like, all right, so I've got a C-. I don't completely bury it, mostly because, and again, I don't usually like to give props to sponsors or placement, but the sponsor being black cuts the fact that it's a red and white shirt to make it a black and red and white shirt.
Yep.
Granted. I appreciated that just because, like, I'm tired. I was over.
It could have been red. It should have been red. Yeah. And it isn't. And
I am so over the fact that TFC and they've stopped being the Canadian team with the maple leaf as the icon that we lean into. Like, no, please, no, we're not. Just stop. Just don't. Just pick something else. Pick a dog.
Pick this. Whatever the fuck this is. FIFA Ultimate Team cards with tails. Somebody's honestly, like, it's like somebody was. This is. Oh shit! I gotta hand in my designs tomorrow morning. Let's bust out the clip art disc and type in B. Oh, badge. That's it. Badges are in soccer, right? Cool. I'll put 6 of them on there, and the crowd goes wild. Like, this is such a mess. It's such a mess. And I am. This is like, I always hate TFC away kits. I have a problem. They come out. I dislike them, and then by the time I can't get them anymore, I'm like, why didn't I buy that one? Like the one with the blue, the red stripe with the, oh my god, it's got a bit of blue in it. Oh, it's an impact kit. I wish I had that kit now. It's gorgeous.
If anybody actually still thinks that, see a doctor.
Yeah, seriously, see a doctor. Yeah.
We had blue kits. Toronto had blue in their soccer kits before MLS was a thing. So just heads
100%, 100%. The Harlequin kit was $40. I didn't buy it. I'm already like, I should have, because now I have to look at this thing. There's nothing redeeming about this kit to me. I hope I find something. I hate that badge with the power of 600 million suns. I hate that badge with every fiber of my being. I cannot stand it. It is such a mess. Like, the fact that it went through presumably quality control and it's still there.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like,
no one saw it. No one saw it. No one was like, hey, I can sort of make fuck this club, and maybe you shouldn't put that on your shirt. Like, even, like,
I don't know. I'm more offended by the Global Toronto Area label.
Oh, I'm over that. Like, you're gonna go. Yeah. I'm over that.
I don't know. I'm not as mad as at the FTC badge thing, because honestly, we've been kind of low key prepared for that, and for the last decade, like, that's not new. That's been in a lot of their marketing. It's probably on a few scarves. Like, it's there. It's there.
On a bunch of scarves.
You can find.
And I hated it. Yeah.
But it's not like, surprise, and like, it says FTC. Like, okay, Federal Trade Commission. I get why you're upset. But but the thing is, like, it's a secondary badge. Clubs have them. They show up. Okay.
some of them are super awesome, like Arsenal's Cannon.
Awesome. Some of them are
this is not.
Some of them are kind of mediocre. This is mediocre, but like also too
mediocre. It wishes it was mediocre.
It really highlights how bad that shield shape is now that it's imprinted all over the rest of the kit. Like they didn't do themselves any favors whatsoever on this, and I don't know. I still will forever think like a bunch of people approve this. Yeah. Nobody thought this was weird.
Yeah.
Like, if you took it to the players, you don't even have to keep it within the office. You took it to the players and just asked them, "What do you think of this? Like, what's this?"
Lorenzo Insigne would instantly learn English so he could tell you how shit this kid is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He'd be like, "Oh my god, you can speak English?" And he's like, "Yes, I pulled it from the ether just to tell you that I don't want to wear this fucking thing." Yeah,
I do a lingo in the last 10 minutes to be able to come up.
Yeah. No, I've sucked it from God imparted me with this ability to speak English because he hates this kid so much. I fucking hate this. I hope I grow to like it. I probably will. Let's be honest. Yeah. I probably will. I do this all the time.
You, Jeff. You'll soften. You won't completely love it, but you'll soften.
No, there's no completely loving this kit. This is the runt of the litter. But yeah, it's a D- for me. I can't give it an F because then I'll just look like an idiot when I end up wearing one. But yeah, it's terrible. This is terrible. And we're on our last kit, and Miami in the 57th minute is still 1-0 over RSL. Take a bow. Take a bow, Whitecaps. Honestly, take a bow. If you had Argyles on this, I'd buy it immediately. It's lovely. This is lovely. This is really, really nice kit. And it looks like it looks expensive as fuck. Like this is a smart looking piece of kit. You know,
it should come in a box.
It does. It looks like it should come in a box.
It does.
And come with individually numbered, 1 of 5,000. Like this looks like but it does. This looks.
No, you're right.
This looks like a special release. It really does, and it's just their standard run of the mill. Like they had to go out to 50 to 70% of their games in this lovely thing. You know, like I could make an argument that they're gonna win more games because they're wearing this. Just the knockoff effect of wearing this is going to equal more goals and winning more games. Because how can you not love what you're doing wearing this? It's glorious. It's absolutely glorious. Yeah, it's glorious.
It's low-key resplendent. It really is.
It's resplendent. It really, really is. And they've been on a heater recently. Vancouver has put out a lot of really nice kits in the last little while. This is a home run. Like there's really, it's an A+. There's anybody that says otherwise has no eyes. That badge is ridiculous. The gold TELUS logo is ridiculous. Like the gold name set is ridiculous. I can find zero fault with this kit. I really like, there's things that I would like to see Argyle. But they can't have it. And so it's just clean, simple, easy breezy, beautiful. I can't say anything else about it. It's ridiculously fantastic.
Okay. So, I'm not completely as enamored by it as you. I think what it is that it's like, it's trying to do two very important ideas and letting one of them down. So this is supposed to represent 50 years of football in Vancouver Whitecaps. Sure. And you know what? A lot of clubs, Seattle, San Jose, Vancouver, Portland, most of them anyway, most of the West Coast teams, like to pretend as if they've been continuously servicing football for 50 years, which is not the case.
Not the case.
You know what? It's fine. I get it because you're acknowledging your history, and I accept that and I respect it. But what I don't particularly, what I feel like this is letting me down is that while they've got that soccer ball leaf badge harkened from their original badge back in 1974, that's about it. like nothing else tells me that this is like a nod to the past. It's just that thing. I can't confirm that like I don't remember or know if the Whitecaps wore navy or if the Royals. I believe the Royals were the precursor to the Whitecaps by season or two. I don't know if they wore navy. I don't like. I know that badge with the ball and the leaf. I know that's the Whitecaps. I've known that's the Whitecaps forever. But like the colors don't match, and I know the gold is anniversary. Yes, I get it, but it's like it's not quite the homage that I would have expected it to be. I would have wanted something a little bit more, whether it's a band across, because the band was
they've been rocking the bands for a while now and they're beautiful.
But like you could have made a gold band and knocked out the Tellus. It might have been a bit gaudy, might have been too far, but you could have done something else. You could have made a slightly darker band to kind of make it maybe black. You could have found ways to kind of give nods without going too like gold for gold's sake. We're just going to embellish. We're just going to lean into this super hard until we get what we want. But I just feel like the attempt was made, and it's not like, the thing is this: if they weren't trying to say like, oh, we're leaning into our history, and just said this is a 50th anniversary kit, I would be like, oh, that's fantastic. Even if it was just the modern, VW Mountain thing that they got on the and just said 50th anniversary, like, bravo, like that's fantastic, you nailed it, because that's, to me, would be indicative of an anniversary. It's special, it's classy, it deserves to come into a box. But that circular badge is just like, you came so close, and I think that's the part I'm having a hard time resolving. It is fine dining shirt, though. This is a fancy shirt.
It's fancy. It's super fancy. I see you, and I think there's a validity in what you're saying, but I disappear into that deep dark blue, and I don't care anymore. I don't need anything else. With this one, I don't need anything else. I love the negative space. It's just so clean, but it's also so elevated, right? And so for me, what was your letter grade on this one? Curiously enough,
I put it C+.
C+. Wow. No, I can't find any fault with this thing. I would love to call this our own. If they made this, if they changed that blue to red, and gave us the Blizzard logo and called it a 50th anniversary TFC shirt, even with a BMO gold logo, I just think that it's so nicely tailored. It looks really comfortable to wear. Like, I just love it. I just love it.
Wait, I'm going to revise. We're going B-.
B-. All right.
I'm definitely moving it higher up the list than the B- sounds.
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
Putting it above Seattle. So it actually bumped up by about 6 or 7 spots.
I love it. I love it.
And what is, so I had to go to the website just to double check. So at the V, so there's a single gold stripe that goes across, and then there's a white triangle underneath, right in the neck. And seeing it like with a darker photo, like with the players wearing, I'm like, okay, I really fucking like that part. It's just a small thing.
So do I. That little detail is beautiful,
and it's like, okay,
it's great.
This is really really sharp. Like it's
so sharp. It's so sharp.
And the picture I'm looking at has the socks. It's like, okay, can I get the socks too? It does. If I get the box shirt, does it get to come with the socks? Because now we're talking.
Comes with one sock. Comes with one sock.
I'll get 2 shirts.
Yeah, bullshit. Marcus, unbelievable. It took us like 2 hours, 19 minutes, but we got through them all. I've been ignoring my wife for about an hour and a half now, so I got to leave pretty soon. But do you have any final thoughts? Final thoughts first, and then we'll do the plugs for where we can reach each other. But everybody who's watching this knows where to find us.
I appreciate it. Final thoughts. Yeah, like it's. I think if you looked at the kaleidoscope of all the kits, like it just all of them on one page, your first instinct is like, like this is not that good of a crop. This is not that good of a year. And I maintain that last year's was probably one of the best the league has ever seen. So it's hard to maintain that level of quality and design year to year, especially with the way this contract works. But kind of, I felt like once you really start going into it one at a time and just taking a good look at it, just giving yourself 30 seconds or so to adjust to each image and kind of seek out things that you'd like or don't like. There's a bit more nutritional value than just whatever the thumbnail and what all of them look like in a row really kind of lends itself to. Like, I kind of felt like that with like St. Louis and Orlando, a white shirt, but it wasn't. And I was very pleased. There's always going to be duds, but there's definitely some winners, and there's definitely some surprises. So well done, MLS. And Adidas, you did a good one.
Yeah. You know, I miss doing this. Like, I don't have as much of a understanding of last year's kits because we didn't do this. So I always appreciate doing this. And then I leave and I have, I spent 2 hours digesting kits. I actually think the this year's collection is holding up to my initial idea that it's pretty good across the board. There's a lot of really good ones, and it's not as many boring white t-shirts on the away side of things. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, my big takeaway is they can't raise the price anymore. It's ridiculous. It's too much money. The standard becomes too high, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're not, at $300, it better be amazing. And
exactly.
And the other thing, that you've been on a heater, like, you have changed my rating for more kits this year than any of the ones we've ever done.
Sorry.
And no, bring it. Long may it rain. I want to be on your debate club team. That's my takeaway is I want to be on your debate club team. Everybody knows you can find Mark at Kit Nerd Mark with a Q?
K, not a Q.
With a K and K, not a Q.
Yep.
K, not a Q.
Yep.
That's why we need a Kristen here. On the Twitterverse, he works with the Vocal Minority podcast. You've also got like a little side hustle where you do the kit thing with other people, not me, infrequently. And
very infrequently. As evidenced
infrequently
by this.
Yes. You can find me if you want to. I don't recommend it. I'm pretty acerbic, but you can find me on the Twitterverse at my handle. We do this podcast where we don't talk about kits for 2 hours every Monday. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. we're doing our TFC season preview. Of course, this might come out after that, so forget it.
It's fine. Somebody still has to publish their own podcast.
I love the way our outs we're so professional. This was fun. Much love as always, and we'll do this again sometime.
Jeff, you're a legend. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for putting up with me. Let me roll this thing and then I'll stop recording.